Well, welcome to Divine Hand for another soulful, insightful, spiritual message. Take what resonate, leave what doesn't collective. So I pre-pulled some cards for our convenience. With that being said, let's get started. So from my oracle deck, I pulled chasing, bitterness, hopeless, exhaustion, running, hoping, releasing, sorrow, chemistry, breaking point, elusive, and confusion. And then at the bottom of the deck, it's the divine femme. Okay. So, and we have the Empress card as well. So, okay, so let's get into the message. So collective. So you've been chasing something that keeps feeding bitterness. Okay, so um either this person or you place yourself where you go. Okay. um Not because you've been chasing something that feeds your bitterness. Okay, and this may have you in the energy of feeling resentful, angry, and having hurtful words. Okay. um with the chasing card, it's like you've been chasing someone or some things that is toxic in some way. Okay. And you're resilient in this pursuit of it. Okay. So whatever you're chasing, right, either them or you, place yourself. And it says divine femme, so I'm talking to some of my femmes. Okay. This has made you bitter in some way. Okay. It's like, it's not that you want the pain, it's because you've been running on hope, you know, while exhausted, okay, while feeling depleted. You've been hoping, okay. So it's like, okay, so this, someone is sitting in the energy of sorrow that has fully haven't been fully released yet. Okay. You may feel like you're at a breaking point emotionally and spiritually, where confusion, you're confused of what's real and what's imagination, right? What once felt like chemistry now feels elusive, like dishonest, deceptive. Okay. um it's a hard grasp, inconsistent in training. Okay. So this message asks you to stop chasing clarity from the outside of yourself. Okay. The more you pursue answers in the same place. Okay. The more hopelessness and exhausted you grow. Okay. So bitterness isn't your nature. Okay. It's a symptom of overgiving or under receiving. Okay. So, the guidance on that is like, release the sorrow. Okay. Not by understanding it, but by allowing it to pass. Okay. Rest instead of running. Okay. Your soul is tired, not weak. Okay. Um, so then we have, I'm feeling like, accept, what feels elusive. You may no longer be meant to stay. So if someone's being dishonest with you, or being deceptive towards you and keeping you in this like emotional cloud, or tricking you in some way, just intentionally being this way to you, then maybe you need to rethink that, right? Maybe you need to rethink that you're no longer meant to be around these people or person or whatever. Okay. So, clarity will come after you stop chasing and not before. So whatever you're trying to get clarity about, like, once you stop chasing that clarity, trying to find out, oh, like, for instance, if you want to know if somebody doing something, you know once you release that, then bam, that answer gonna come right in. It's gonna flow in, because what you do is hinder the flow, all right, of whatever it is you're trying to understand, manifest, or what have you, right? You stop the flow when you focus too much on it, like you put too much energy on it, right? So you don't allow other energies from different directions to flow within you or to you. Okay. So, with that being said, I'm gonna say, what the message that I'm getting is, what you are chasing cannot heal you. Okay, what you release will heal you, is what I'm getting. Okay, so let's move on to the tower. I got the Five of Swords with this. Okay, and so the Five of Swords is like, this can be competition, this can be conflict, in your environment or within yourself. Okay, this doesn't always mean fights with others. It can also mean an inner struggle, clashing desires, or challenges on your path. Okay, so this is like you being called to rise above the chaos. Okay, so whatever you got going on here, this collective, you're being called to rise above the chaos. Okay, so then we have the King of Wands. Okay, and we could be talking about a Leo, Scorpio. I got heavy Leo, any water sign. Okay, I'm gonna get some more signs on this, but this is like, the King of Wands, and this is like, you need to step into your power. You need to step into that leadership, that vision, and that confident action. Okay, you have the energy to take charge of your life. Okay, and make bold, inspiring choices. Okay, so the King of Wands, it's just saying, like, step into your authority and lead with both passion and integrity. Okay, so um step into that power. Okay, step into that power, and the way you do that is arising above all this chaos, like all this, being overwhelmed, being, being deceived, unclear, confusion, sorrow, running, people ghosting you, just all that type of mess. Okay, um yeah, step into your power. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups. Okay, and so this is nostalgia. Okay, so you may be like, you having memories of a connection, collective. Okay, so, or this is like reconnecting from the past. It's reconnecting from the past, to the present, right? This is like healing old wounds as well, reconnecting with someone, or revisiting, right, joyful parts of your past. Okay, this is a reminder to draw wisdom from experience without getting stuck in it. Okay, so yeah, this is going to help you, um bring balance, and master yourself. Okay, divine femme, if we talking about a divine femme, which it looks like, because the next card we have is the Empress. So this is your natural energy, or you want to be in this energy, divine. Okay, um this is like abundant, nurturing, creative. Okay, you are in a place of manifesting growth. Okay, so whether it's love, projects, or self-care, okay, the Empress encourages you to nurture yourself and others and trust your natural flow of abundance. Okay, so you're needing to trust yourself, is what I'm getting, right? To trust yourself, like, listen to your inner knowing, right? Understand who you are, so you can get out of this bitterness. If this is what's going on with you, collective, only you know. And so we just gonna get some signs that may be related to this message, besides Leo, Scorpio, and any water sign. Okay, so we got a Capricorn, we got a Cancer, your sign or theirs. We got a Sagittarius, your sign or theirs. We got a Leo, heavy Leo. Okay, We heavy Sagittarius, all right? Your sign or theirs. We got a Libra, a Pisces, your sign.